Well, another night of this funness. You can thank that guy up there for why I haven't uploaded a video recently. That's not entirely true. We've been haying up a storm, which makes me awfully tired at the end of the day. Trucking a little bit during the day and trucking during the night. But anyway, here's some video of bean planting about a week ago. Well, as a major shock by now, the weathermen got it wrong, and it was supposed to rain all day today, rain all day tomorrow, and rain all day Sunday. Now it shows no rain for the next 3 days, although it did get a little sprinkle this morning. I'm going to run over to the other farm, grab the bean drum for the front of the planter, change that over, and I'm going to go start planting beans today until I get rained out. Alright, quick little rundown on the planter. Oh, you peed in there? Oh man. So quick rundown on how the old cyclo works. In through this hole comes pressurized air, and this drum usually sits on here, and the air wants to go out these holes, so it'll actually push seed up against the hole, kind of like a reverse vacuum-ish type thing. And this will spin around this way with the seed in your little pocket. It'll ride around until it comes over here. This thing rides tight to these holes, so that pushes the seed, knocks it off down these little manifolds. Each one of these go to a tube that goes in the row unit. Simple. Well, we are headed up to the north farm to get started on soybeans, and I thought Lena was gonna make her YouTube debut, but she felt like taking a nap instead, so I had to pick her up, and right now is when she usually takes her nap at the babysitter, so we'll see if she wakes up a little later. Well, we are beaning. Someone woke up. But we are planting away. Got a fair bit to do yet. You know, you're a lot quieter than your brother, but you sure get into a whole lot more mischief. No? Nothing to say for yourself? I don't think they got as much rain up here as we did back at home, because I mean, this is about the best planting conditions I've seen all year. It's not dusty, but I mean, it's not overly wet. It's pretty nice. What do you think? Yeah? Okay then. Well, Mom is on the way to pick up little Miss Lena here, and I'm going to ride back with her and get the tender, because apparently I inherited the ability to estimate how much seed I need for my father, who didn't quite fill the hopper on this thing, because I was always told not to fill the hopper plumb full, and he's like, oh, that'll be enough to do everything. Yeah, one piece done out of 4. Well, I am one less passenger. Back to planting, and this is actually good and dry up here. You can see our corn is starting to poke through a little bit. We are back to planting. I'm going to go for a couple hours before milking, and then hopefully someone takes over. I got this piece, I got the last one done, and then there's just 2 more, and then we can move from this farm onto the next farm. And not a whole lot. I would really think if the weather holds out, we could wrap up beans this weekend, as long as we can keep this rolling. So fingers crossed for that. Well, I assumed that my dad was gonna quit disking early and come back and get cows in to start milking. My dad assumed I was gonna quit planting early and come back and get cows in. So now we're late for milking, and of course the cows are as far back in the pasture as they can be. Because, of course, why wouldn't they be? You know that old saying, don't go with the herd? There's some truth to that. You don't have to get all the cows moving, you just got to get the few cows moving, and they all kind of follow. Nice Saturday morning. We got the tender hooked up. We're headed out to the field, going to top off the bean planter and go plant some beans. And we're getting towards the downhill push of corn, and our neighbors decided to go and cut hay to really light a fire under us, so thanks, because God, the hay is coming along good. And last I talked to him, I think he said he's actually going to plant corn in this, which I don't know. I thought it was pretty good hay for that. But what is good hay to some, probably not the best hay to others. So. Oh well. We're gonna get this damn thing out to the planter and get filled up and get going. Oh hell, it ain't that empty. The guy who drove this planter here was the one who finished up at the other farm, and he said there wasn't enough beans in here for him to plant once he got here, so he had to sit and wait. He could have planted for a while. Whatever. Yep. We're gonna set that thing. And now we wait. This time around, I'm probably going to be back here to fill this again, so I'm just going to leave that door open. But otherwise, if I had to fold this up and move it, you got to shut the door on the tote and run the auger clean so you don't spill a bunch of beans. And I don't like to fill this thing plumb ass full, so that's going to be good enough. And of course I shoved that all the way through, so now it's going to be a pain to get it out next time, but what do you do? I don't know why, but this hook always gets hooked on there. I hate it. That's the remote. Better not lose that. That'd be a bad day. We'll also put him back where he belongs. Boop. All right, let's fire up. And away we go. We are beaning. Well, we got the first piece knocked out. Got to do this one here, and just on the other side of those trees there's a strip we got to hit too. So, well, I made one lap around this field and down along there along the trees, and all of a sudden a low-hanging branch caught my mirror and flipped that in. So now I'm trapped in here. I'm either gonna have to have somebody come and just flip that mirror out so I can get out, or I'm gonna have to shimmy out the back window. The downfall of the Magnums, they only had one door. Well, Dad showed up, opened my mirror so we could get out. We ended up moving the tender down to the next farm, and I didn't think about it, but we probably should have topped this off before he left, but I checked it. I ain't the greatest at estimating seed, but I think we should have enough, so. About half done with, well, maybe more than half done. I don't know. A lot of little short rows. I think I'm actually going to run down the road and do that other strip first, because the back and forth I don't want to do so bad. Now let's go. Well, got this one all done. My hopper light came on the planter about halfway through, which means there's probably only about 3 bags left, so hopefully 3 bags finishes that other strip. Otherwise I'm gonna have to drive, oh god, in the tractor it'd probably be 15 minutes, and I'll drive 15 minutes to the tender, top it off. And that just don't sound very fun. I should be planting, not driving. That was a bad call on my part. Oh, what do you do? Rolling on. Well, we have run out, but luckily the tender is on its way back, so I don't have to drive all that way to go get it. Not excited about running out. There really wasn't much left, and if I would have just filled this damn thing before we moved the tender, life would have been great. Just a lot of messing around, and it just causes time, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. God, this tractor needs a new headliner. It doesn't look as bad as it does on camera in real life, but then again, I don't look at it, so maybe it does. It's ugly though. I don't like that. Well, we are loaded up and rolling again. Luckily, I know right where it ran out. Well, we are all wrapped up here. Now I get to run down the road. Oh, I don't know. A good little jog. God damn, this thing's heavy. Time out, need to. And so apparently this wing got a little dent in her. Or bent a little. From them goddamn trees. That's why I take so much joy out of pushing trees back. Because they cause me nothing but pain. Like trying to put that wing up. When that mirror got flipped over and I got trapped in the tractor. Yeah, trees are good. They make oxygen, but they're kind of assholes. But down the road we shall go and go plant some more beans. We're gonna shut that off so it ain't yelling at me the whole time, because obviously we're not planting when we're going down the road. Can you imagine that? At least we shouldn't. We shouldn't be planting going down the road. That'd get expensive fast. Well, I got relieved of planning, so I'm gonna go home and first of all, find something to eat because I am starving, and go milk some cows. He should be able to wrap up what we got left there. We also got something to do here, and then down in the little valley beneath there, but I don't know. They said that ground was pretty wet yet, so we might actually just take it back home. There's a couple pieces, get that wrapped up, then come back here and do it. But we are about halfway through the second tote, and then we have a full pallet left. So the full pallet was kind of a mix-up order, and basically we usually always plant 2 full totes and plus a couple bags, if that. But how it worked out this year, where the beans were so big, they could only fit 30 bags into a tote compared to usually 40 or 45, I think, somewhere in there. So it's kind of odd. I don't know if we might decide not to plant any of the seed on the pallet and just plant more corn or whatever. We'll see what happens. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's a nice Sunday, about 3:30, and I'm actually on my way to plant the last field of beans here. And all the corn's done. Just gotta finish up this one field of beans, and planting season 2022 is a wrap. And I'm guessing tomorrow I'm gonna get to start getting all the haying equipment ready, because the hay is ready. So not much of a break there. I was kind of hoping for one, but if the weather's nice, you gotta get after it. So let's go knock this last one out and be done with her. Well, I ended up having to go get one more bag. I threw 5 bags in. My uncle said, "Oh, I'll put in 6." And I said, "Oh, whatever, I can go get another bag." I should have just put in 6. But she's all planted anyway, so that's what counts. God, this damn thing. Well, headed back to the shed. Probably give this tractor a much needed bath and get it all ready to go on the baler. And I gotta get duals off both the blue ones and get them hooked up to disc binds and get them ready to rock and get ready for haying. I'm probably gonna call this a video. We'll catch you guys on the next one.